CoinPilot channel. To receive updates of all cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin news and views, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon below to receive notifications. Enjoy the video.
Charlie Lee is the creator of Litecoin, which is an alternative, a challenger to Bitcoin. He joins us from Mountain View, California. Charlie, good evening and welcome to the program. Seema, our correspondent in the U.S., just sort of explained the basics of what is going on there. But for a world where Bitcoin isn't even mainstream yet for most people, the advent of a split and the coming of a split in Bitcoin Cash is obviously very, very confusing. Where does Litecoin come into the mix, and does this present an opportunity for you?
Litecoin is one of the alternative currencies to Bitcoin. It's been around for 6 years now. So Bitcoin Cash, or Bcash I like to call it, is kind of just spinning off of Bitcoin right now. So it's basically creating another alternative currency, and it will compete with all the other alternative currencies out there. So I don't see it really as a threat to Litecoin, and it's causing more confusion for Bitcoin than anything.
Right. Why, with all these with all these different choices out there, and people are learning more and more about cryptocurrencies, and I'm sure many people watching today are learning about Litecoin for the first time. Why are there so many cryptocurrencies? Does each have their own domain? Does each have their own appeal? And is there room for so many? Is there room for more?
Yeah. So Bitcoin is written with open source software, so it's easy for anyone to fork the code and create a new currency. But most of these forks won't be really used as currency. I see a future where there's only going to be a handful of coins that will be used as currency. The rest will be more like for fun, for like a token kind of coin.
For fun, for token, you mean so basically it's just a novelty. What would you put in the which of the cryptocurrencies among us would you put in that category, which you predict, which you foresee will become novelties and nothing else, and what is actually going to be what has a chance of becoming a mainstream transactional currency among the masses, not just a select group?
Currently, I would say Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum are like the top 3 currencies that are used for mainstream. In terms of like token, there's a lot of fun token out there. There's one that was created a few years ago called Dogecoin that has a picture of a dog on the coin, and it's kind of just like a entry-level currency for people to play around with and to send tips to other people.
Right. Okay, I'm sure, and pet lovers, I suspect, dog lovers in particular, might really go for that one. Why would somebody, give me a sales pitch here. Tell me why, as somebody considering transacting in cryptocurrencies, not because I choose to, let's say not because I'm dying to, but because I want something, and Bitcoin is the preferred currency of exchange, but Litecoin is also an alternative. Why would I go with Litecoin and not Bitcoin? Are transaction costs less? Is the digital ledger, is the blockchain ledger more accurate, or what? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I created Litecoin, I wanted to create something that complements Bitcoin. So just as so Bitcoin is kind of like digital gold, and I see Litecoin as digital silver. So just as in old days where people use gold and silver as currency, in the current in this future where cryptocurrency will be used, people will use Bitcoin and Litecoin as money, just like they use gold and silver as money. So the reason why people use Litecoin over Bitcoin for everyday purchases is because the transaction fees are lower, and it's also a faster payment network. So Bitcoin, being the most decentralized and secure currency out there, will have higher transaction fees just because it has more security. And if banks want to send millions of dollars to each other, then they will use Bitcoin. Or if you want to buy a house or even a car, you will use Bitcoin. But if you want to like buy a meal or spend everyday cash, you would choose something like Litecoin.
Okay, so we're talking for scale, but we're talking Bitcoin then. I mean, Bitcoin does, and Bitcoin and its symbol does have the name recognition among cryptocurrencies, for better or for worse for you. You do acknowledge that, right? Do you want to change that, or do you like where you are?
Bitcoin will always be. No, Bitcoin will always be the major cryptocurrency or virtual currency, and will be the one that everyone knows about. But I want to help make Litecoin be up there with Bitcoin and be used by everyone daily.
But Charlie, do you fear, right now the regulators, treat cryptocurrency still with a relatively light touch because they're trying to see where it really goes before they start regulating the heck out of you. However, that position is changing somewhat. I'll give you one very salient example, and that is the SEC has pronounced ICOs, or initial coin offerings, involving Ethereum, saying that that's going to be under their domain, that they have a lot of the virtues of initial public offerings. So, do you fear, or not? If not fear, or are you at least aware that regulatory oversight may actually come into play very, very soon, and you may have to start answering to these agencies? And what would that mean to the development and the take-up of Litecoin?
Regulation has always been expected. Since like the DAO ICO last year, people have been doing a lot of ICOs and raising a lot of money. So I totally expected the SEC to come in and declare some of these to be securities. So I think that's fine. It's going to create a lot of volatility in these ICO tokens, and it's going to put some fear into people launching new ICO tokens just willy-nilly. But I think its regulation is good overall. Try to get more of the scams and the hackers and thieves out of this market.
All right, Charlie, thanks for joining us today. Okay, best of luck. I'll be watching with great interest the development of Litecoin. Charlie, the creator of Litecoin.